And now we can start to get into some of the fun stuff here, and you can start to see the speed of Revit and the building information modeling. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start to speed things up a little bit. We're going to copy and paste a lot of the stuff we've done here on the main floor and simply copy it up to the second floor and then modify what we have to. We could do it in one big chunk, but we're going to do it in little stages just to kind of spread it out a little bit. So let's start by setting up a 3D view. Watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go to my 3D view, zoom out a bit. I'm going to take this roof and pick on it. Okay. Then I'm going to go up here to my light bulb and say hide this element. Only this one roof. Click. That's it. It's gone. You can see on the second floor there's nothing there. Okay. If I take this floor here and I hide that element, then I can see through to those walls and stuff that are down below and the doors and stuff, and we'll throw some bathroom fixtures in a little bit later. But so that's what we've got. So if I hit this light bulb down here, all the pink stuff is the stuff that's being turned off right now. So watch, I'm going to pick on this floor. I'm going to try to get to this floor. Tab, there it is. Click. There's that floor selected. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Hit escape, escape. Hover. Read my status bar down here until it says floor. Tab, 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 tab. It's not giving it to me, eh? Okay, so watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to do... It's right there. That's a wall. Tab, see if I can get it. No, I'm not getting it. What if I hover right near the corner there? Okay, watch what I'm going to do here. I'm trying to select the floor to turn that floor back on in visibility, right? If I hit this light bulb, I go back to real world. If I hit the light bulb, this is the hidden world. This is the stuff that's being turned off. Okay, so I want to bring back the floor. And this is just in the one view. It only changes this one view. It's kind of like turning a layer off. But I'm struggling right now to try to select the floor. It's not letting me select it. Tab, tab. It's giving me chain of walls and everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip it like this. Watch, I'm going to go clip, crossing box. Okay. Then I'm going to use the all-powerful filter button, and it's going to say I have one floor selected and 4 walls. I'll take the walls off and hit OK, and now I have the floor selected, although you can't even really see it, and I'm going to say unhide the element. Reverse that hide. Boom. That's it. Click out. Now if I go back to my real world, that floor is back. So there's a little trick on just when you can't seem to select something, do a clipping and then use your filter button. We're going to talk more about that as we do our copy and paste here. So I just wanted to kind of leave that like that. Okay, now let's go back to our main floor. What I want to do here, first of all, before I copy and paste anything up, I want to make sure that it's in the right place. So I can look down here, and I think we wanted to kind of bring this in and do this over here. Okay, just to kind of for tightening it up. And you want to get all your dimensions and stuff. And also as a whole, you see the size of all of this. You want to try to keep it, don't use any more real estate on the page than you have to. So what I usually do is take my dimensions at this point and nudge them all up to be nice and spaced. Okay. And then I'm going to grab this grid line and pull this down in 3D. And that'll move those dimensions with it. At least it'll move 2 of the dimensions. For some reason this 8'4" guy isn't talking to the end of the dimension line. That's okay. So all I'm doing right now is I'm just more or less, tightening up my dimensions. That one's okay there. This guy I might even go edit witness line and continue that over here. Click there, and remember, click nothing. That stops it. Escape, escape. Bring this in a little bit. Do we want to do an overall? Sure. Dimension. So we're just having some fun here, getting it cleaned up before we do our copy and paste. Escape, escape. Now, if these dimensions are close enough, see, these dimensions are talking to the windows. These are talking to the grid lines, which is why when I pick on this grid line and I move this, the other 2 dimensions will move, okay, with it, because they're dimensioning the grid lines. These aren't really dimensioning the grid lines, so they're not going to be talking to them. So really I'm just using my arrow key, nudge, 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 going in, grabbing my grips. Okay. these sections here, we're just kind of playing with them for now. You can draw lots of sections, and it doesn't necessarily mean that's where the final section. We use it as a design tool. Okay, that looks not too bad. Again, these dimensions, we might not necessarily put them this way, but seems to be working. Remember, there's grips everywhere on these guys. Okay, if you lock a dimension, it won't let you move this wall. Okay, I don't recommend you go in and start locking stuff because it can cause problems. So kind of tighten this up. Okay, get your doors and windows in the right place. Get everything kind of positioned because we're about to duplicate it up onto the second floor. Okay, we'll do it in stages. So at this point, it's probably a good idea to do a save. Okay. And now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a selection box. And the key here is you might want to take your press and drag off, but you want to make sure you start by picking nothing. Okay, pick here. Oh, escape, that's not what I wanted. Pick here. Okay, let's even take our press and drag off. That guarantees that we can't drag something. Okay, now watch what I'm going to do. I want to gather all the interior walls, all the interior doors, and all the interior dimensions. And then I'm going to copy and paste them. So watch. I don't need anything at this end. So I'm going to start here and go like this. Watch where my crossing box goes. Okay? It's going to select all that stuff. Click. And I can continue selecting as long as I use my control button on my keyboard. Shift removes, control button adds. Okay, so I'm going to hold my control button. You see the little plus sign that shows up. If you hold your shift key, a minus sign. So holding this in, I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to click down here and stay inside. Click, release. Okay, so look at all the blue stuff. Okay, that's everything that's been selected. That is what is called the selection set. Am I missing anything? Looks like I've got everything. I might want to include, no, I don't want to include those. So now I go up and hit the all-powerful filter button. Boom. And it says there's 9 dimensions, 7 doors, 2 grid lines, 1 view, 15 walls. Okay, so I don't want the grid lines. Okay, I want the dimensions, I want the doors, I don't want the views. So all the walls, doors, and dimensions of the stuff that's blue. It doesn't affect the things that aren't selected. Hit OK. There's my filtered selection. Okay, if I go back into filter, it's going to say 9 dimensions, 7, 15. Okay, I can continue selecting right now. Okay, or I can move them, or I can copy, paste. They are selected right now. They're highlighted. So now what do I want to do with it? I'm going to go on my keyboard, Control C, copies that to the clipboard. Or I can go up here and click the copy button. Okay, now that I've copied that to the Revit clipboard, which is only good in Revit, now I go to the second floor. Click, click. Okay, because I have an underlay here, it's actually showing me those in blue because they're still highlighted, right? If I go back here, they're still selected. Doesn't matter which view I go in, those objects have been selected. I go back to my second floor. Okay, I can hit escape right now to clear that selection. It doesn't really matter. The key is what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up and use a different paste and say paste aligned to current view. Okay, which means paste it to the view I'm in right now. Okay, there's a couple of other ones. You can paste multiple levels for high rises. Okay, align to current view. Click. That's it. Click out. Go to my 3D view. And now I've copied and pasted that stuff up to my second floor. You could also, if you had a high rise here, 50 floors or 25 floors, it didn't matter. You could say all floors from 1 to 25, and it would paste those all up, and then you do your changes. This wall here is not required. I'm going to delete that. Okay, go back to my second floor. Starting to look good.